For you are God and God alone, because of you, my clown, the days ago. I can sing this song. I just wanna say that I love you I love you, Jesus. I feel him already. And I worship him. Y'all come on in with the red. Make it red. Just won't send some horns up. Those that are here, let them know. Lord, I love you. Lord, that anything. Come on, let's worship a little bit. Make it red when you come in. I love you, Jesus. Bow down, worship and adore. Let me take the time to tell you, Lord, I love you. Lord, I love you more than. Father, we thank you while we worship you. We adore you while we worship you. We adore you. Come on in, let's make this place an atmosphere. Let's make our area an atmosphere. While he's coming in, while you're coming in, make it rain. Let him know how good he is. Let him know. I lift my hands in total praise to you. Let's do that for a minute, and then I'm gonna preach. Let him know he's your source. The source of my strength. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are the strength of my life. I can do nothing without you. I lift my hands. I can't live without you. I can't breathe without you. I cannot move without you. Life don't make sense if I don't have you. If I don't have you, I'm loving God right now. So I lift my head. Oh God. I lift my hand. I lift my hands for a moment. Take a moment and tell him this. Just can't make it without you. You said, just can't. Y'all type that in for a minute. I just can't make it. better stop. You better stop. Right where you are. We got another minute though. Sweet Jesus. I love to do that. Sweet Jesus. Take over this place. Right there, you right there where you are. Take over this place. Sweet Jesus. Woo. Sweet Jesus. Somebody needs you. Take over this place. Take over this place. Y'all make it red out there. We need to see some red out there. Hands lifted in this building. Take over. Take over. Hear my God. Yes, I love it. I love the worship. Father, speak your word just like you gave it to me. Thank you for trusting me with it. Thank you for another time to speak to people. Bless us in Jesus' name. We already blessed. Amen. Amen. Those that are here, you can clap your hands, and those that are there, if you love God, those that are out there, if you really love God, let it be known how much you love Him. If you really love Him, make it red as much as you can. Those that are coming in, we're so blessed. Listen, we are blessed on tonight to have you. And we're blessed to be alive. And we're going to learn something. So you might as well sit down somewhere, get your cup of coffee, get your water or something. Sit down for a minute. And let's talk about something that's going to benefit. We thank you, Greater. Always glad to see you. I wish I don't have to remind you that I love y'all so much, and I thank you for your time and your patience and how God has grown you through this pandemic. You thought you didn't have some of that stuff in you, and God has blessed you. So to all of those who make this such an great occasion to be able to speak, that's the best thing I can do. The greatest job is speaking to your life, and I feel it's an opportunity. And so tonight, we thank you for it. We want you to continue to pray for those that are being affected by this virus. Pray for our nation. Pray for the leadership of this nation, that God would do what it's supposed to do. But right now, God, I want to bless you. We want to talk about connections from the heart. Heart connection. I want you to go ahead and punch that in. Heart connection. And here's the main thing. The vital necessity of heart connection. I'm going to talk about the vital necessity. The vital necessity. I'm gonna show you the necessity of having connections, the vitalness. Now watch this. We have to accept, first of all, that connections are necessary. Now we got to get there. Stop trying to say you don't have to be connected to somebody. That's not biblical. Connections are necessary, whether it be by marriage, friendship, business, or a connection is necessary. Connections are necessary, and if you're like me, by the time you really begin to understand that they are necessary, you don't mess a whole lot of them up. Just, See, I have to be transparent to teach you. By the time you find out how necessary a connection is, by the time you really get it, some people get it before others. Well, don't judge me for that. But by the time we really understand why and the purpose and the value of them, we've been through so many of them. Well, I have. I don't know about you. I'm sorry. I speak for myself. You mess so many up, and then you say, oh, finally, this is what it's about. It takes God, and I said it hard, to help make right connections. Put that somewhere. See, that's why it takes God. When you go beyond God and deciding connection, you're already in trouble. You're already in a whole lot of trouble already. See, it takes God we speak of the heart, we speak of a spiritual connection. That's what we're speaking of. Now, the heart or spirit, get this, has the ability to talk. You hear what I just said? The heart has the ability to talk. Now, I want you to put that out there. The heart has the ability to talk. Listen to it. Listen to it. Most people get in trouble because they're not listening. It can talk. We say, something told me. It was your heart. See, stop saying something. You got a something friend, and the name of him, you know the name of him, you had something to him. He ain't something. See, the heart, my heart told me. How many of you can truly say, man, I hate I didn't follow? Okay, wait, we're getting there. Okay. Son, put up Psalms 27 and verse 8. Now I want to read something in Psalm 27 and verse 8 and show you my heart can speak. Once it's there, it's going to show you. It's going to say, my heart or spirit said, I will seek thee. My heart or spirit said, I will seek thee. That's what it said. My heart or spirit says, I will seek thee. I will. My heart, if you read that Psalms 27 and 8, it'll say that. My heart. Now it said, my heart said, listen at that. My heart, not my mind. You ain't got no business letting your mind talk to you. Scripture will never tell you that your mind talk to you. It's your heart. Now watch this. God already knows us. See, he already knows us. He knew you from your mother's womb. Watch this. But his desire is not just for you to be saved, but to know him. We're finna get kind of tricky. He says, I desire a necessary of you knowing me. Now, here's the thing. The average believer don't know God. Whew. I'm going to get hit for that and they're going to drop off right there. The average believer don't know God. Watch this. If you're going to know God, learn about God, and become better acquainted with him, the seeking got to be on your part. And when you seek him, you have to seek him from your heart. Now watch this. He says in Jeremiah 29:13, if you seek me from the heart, you'll find me. The only way you won't find me is you ain't seeking from the heart. Now, we're going to learn that. Jeremiah 9 and 23 says this. It says, do not glory in wisdom. It says, do not glory in riches. And it says, do not glory also in riches, meaning fully supplied. He says, glory in this. Glory in knowing God. Glory in knowing him. To know him is the highest level. Not to know him by the riches, but to know him. Paul says that I may know him. Now watch this. If you worship from the word, when you worship from the word, you get to know God's heart. Now, I'm going to give you some reason why connections are necessary, then we're going to dig down a little bit. Connections are necessary because, here it is, get this. Connections are necessary because they make things better for you. Okay. I'm going to say this again to all those that say, I don't need to connect nobody. No. All right. Connections are better for you. If you ever get a chance, go to Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 12. Watch this. It shows you the strength and the benefits of being connected. Watch this. Connection makes it better. It says, when you fall, you got somebody to pick you up. When you get cold, you got somebody to keep warm. When you're fighting against somebody else, you got somebody to help you fight. It's good to know you got somebody to help you to fight. That's the benefits of being in connection. You won't be out there by yourself. You want to be in some kind of connection. Now, watch this now. Connections is supposed to be a bridge and not a burden. Get that? Connections are a bridge and not a burden. You don't want to be in a relationship that's burdening you down. It's supposed to carry you over. You got it? You need to check your connection and see, is this a bridge? Is it helping me to get to where I need to be? Now, watch this. God himself loves connections, and here's why. This is why I know he loves connection, because over in Genesis he says, let us make man. Well, watch this. Well, he had connections in heaven. Why would he want to make this? He wanted to make a reflection of himself. This connection will be different because he says, this going to be a reflection, image, a reflection of myself. You ready for this? Every connection you connect to should be a reflection of God. Oh my God. Let's see. I'm going to try this again. Every reflection, every connection that you, listen, this is going to help you. It should be reflecting what God's word says. Every connection that you get. It's in the image of God. If it's a marriage, in the image of God. Friendship, in the image of God. You know, business partner. You don't want no business partner that's crooked. It's going to run, hey, right? You know, doing stuff on the hand. Image of God. Any connection should be a reflection of God. Oh, this getting good. Y'all send me some red. Let me know you're listening to. I mean, if you fighting all the time, that ain't reflecting God. You cussing each other out, that ain't reflecting God. You know, you busting windows in cars, that ain't. The connection that you enter should mirror the image of God. Now watch this. The greatest connection that anyone can have is not people first. People first is not the best connection. If you go to people that now, the best connection you can have first is a connection you make with God. The greatest connection is not with the one that made you. I read not with the one that had you, but the one that made you. See, some of you connect with the one that had you, but the one that had you, one that made you knew the one before. I know I'm mixing you up. The one that made you knew you before the one that had you. The one that made you put you in the one that had you. The one that made you put you in there. All right. So the greatest connection you got to know now is the one that made you. Watch this. Psalm 103 says, it is he that has made us. I'm going somewhere, and not we ourselves. Now, when you make connection with God, you start being what he made you. That's why you want to connect with him first, so you can know what he made you. Never try to connect to somebody who don't know who they are. See, if you're trying to connect to somebody who don't know who they are, they're going to make you into something. You're trying to be like them, so you're trying to be like something that don't know what it really is. You got to know who you are before you make a connection. You got to know who you are. In any level, you got to know who you are. Now watch this. How do I make a connection with God? Because I know my viewers are a little long. How do I make connection with God? Let me show you. This is how you do it. How you did it in church, Romans 10:9. If thou shalt confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, that makes your connection right there. Right there. Right? If you never jerked, if you didn't feel nothing, if you didn't fall out, if you didn't do none of that, don't worry about it. You saved. If thou shalt confess with your mouth, no shout. If thou shalt believe in your heart, didn't fall out. All it took was confessing and believing. Confessing and believing connected me to God. Now watch this. Not a shout, not a feeling. If the connection was a feeling, then you got to feel something all the time. And I'm telling you, when you're walking by faith, it ain't got nothing to do with feeling. Now watch this. The heart is included in the connection. If thou confess with your mouth and believe in your heart, the heart is included. Now watch this. Why is the heart included? Because when you give God your heart, life start turning for you and changing. Change starts in the heart. That's where it starts. Change starts in the heart. So what he changed their heart. See, Mario, when we come to Jesus, read he changed the heart. Here's why. When we come, here's why. When when we come to Jesus, we have a lot of dirt in our heart. Okay. I did. Y'all did. By the time you read Jesus, you got a lot of dirty stuff in there. Okay. All right. The heart can be dirty, and you know it. I'm watching my time. I got to get there. I'm going to say this again. The heart can be dirty. Inside of you can be dirty. You know how to do it, and you know it. Okay. All right. Watch this. If the heart couldn't be dirty, the Bible is wrong. That's why David said in Psalms, watch this. He said, create in me a clean heart. That simply suggests that his heart had got dirty, and he started doing dirty things. And he realized how dirty he was, and he said, only you can wash me clean. All right. God does the cleaning, not you. You do the submitting, and he does the cleaning. Watch this now. Matthew 22:40 says, the greatest command that God wants from you is to love with all your heart. The greatest commandment, listen, all of your heart. Your necessity, your thing should be God having all of you. God does not want access to certain parts of you. If you give me access to all of your house, I can go anywhere. But if you have the compartments locked and you got the key, you're saying only this far. Some of you have locked God out of your heart in certain compartments. You love certain things. You got certain compartments corrected. You need to unlock all them places like unforgiveness where you got locked up. God says I'm just giving you an example. Doors need to be swung open so he will have the ability or rather the access to go in and get anything out he wants of you. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. I want to come from behind the door into you. Now watch this. If you give God everything, listen, you won't have to worry about anything. If you give God everything, you won't have to worry about anything. Get that right there. That sounds simple, don't it? Don't it? God says, give me all of you. Give me everything, and then that way, make me a priority first, and you won't have to worry about anything. I wish it was that simple, because we tend to hold on to things in our heart that we don't need. Oh, that's why the things we need can't find their way to you, because you're holding on to stuff that you don't need. God ain't going to give you that. See, some of you missing stuff that God has sent to you, but you still holding on to stuff and you miss it. Okay, ain't nobody gonna be, I guess. I mean, listen, it sounds like it's easy. Give God all your heart. And this is what you said like me. Yes, Lord, you can have all of me. Line while worshiping. In worship position line. Come on now, y'all don't. Why y'all play with me like that? You probably come back and get you some water. Come on now. You've been saying, watch it. You know you've been in this scripture why these people honor me with their lips, but their heart. I've been there. Where you're honoring with your lip, but your heart wasn't in it. Oh, yeah, I ain't gonna get drunk and fall out no more. Oh, today you drunk, bam, you get back up. Because your heart wasn't there. I'm trying to show y'all how it worked, man. Okay. And we try to make it think it's easy to give up everything. I'm finna tell you something now, you really gonna drop off. We try to make it so easy, like, I don't gave him all my heart. Come on now. No, I'm working on it. I'm letting stuff go. Because you know why? Because some stuff you've been holding on that you think you need in there. You've got comfortable with stuff you don't need. That's why you can't get the thing. It's sad when you're holding on stuff that's hurting you, but you don't need it. And God said, I got what you need. And you holding on what you don't need in your heart. You ain't gave me your open all them compartments. I didn't say I was gonna clean the house out at one time. No. I had my cabinets in my kitchen. My cabinets were all messed up, man. And I opened all them doors. And some say you can't do all this at one time. But every day, I did one compartment. Did the next compartment the next day. You see? Until finally, guess what? All the cabinet was cleaned out. All the that ain't never happened. Forgive me for that one. you know, you know, all the compartments are not clean, but I did it one at a time. Same way, God ain't gonna snatch all that stuff out of you. He knows how to deliver you. I wish he could just, you don't learn nothing. He's not, he looking how submitted you are. Seeing what you're willing to let go. All right, now watch this. Malachi 4:6 says this. The whole purpose of ending the Old Testament, look what he says, and I got to, he says, I want to turn the hearts of children back to their fathers. Listen to that. The closing of the book, the last subject that we know about. Now, I ain't here for all that deep theologian. Listen, I don't know about the lost books. I'm just saying what books I know. I can't talk about a book I ain't had. I'll give the book I know. You go over there and do that. I'm trying to teach folk hard. I ain't got time for that. Listen. The last conversation that we know of was, I want the hearts of my children back to the Father. And I'm willing to take a risk to do what I did in the New Testament when I used to walk with Adam. Ooh, Jesus. I want to do that again. I want to walk among them again. That's what God said, I'm going to do it new, but this time I'm going to start from a baby. So I can deal with the heart, from getting the heart from a baby, growing in pains. He knows all about your pains. He dealt with that. That's why he know how to help you deal with a heart. You can't help me deal with my heart until you've dealt with it. That's why he had to come down and go through all that stuff. So he able to show you this is how you deal with that thing or that real inside of you called the heart. Watch this now. If you still lean into your own understanding, that means your understanding have not been renewed. Because the only way you can lean to understanding is it's renewed according to the word. That's not the first thing you walk on. You work on your heart first. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. When you start trusting him with all, there are things that you're not going to do. When you trust him with your all, there's some things that you're not going to do. And one of them is, I'm not going to try to understand this myself. Now watch this. I got to hurry because I got to give you something. When you think your own way, the word says you go about establishing your own righteousness. That's in Romans 10:3 says they went about trying to make 10:3. They tried to do get their own thing outside of God thing. They went about establishing their own way of doing things. So I ain't gonna do it like God. That ain't good to try to do it your own way. Ain't but one way, and that's God's way. Watch this now. Watch this now. When you submit to God, you become the righteousness of God. Just that simple. How he do it? He died, got up, and that's it. All right, now watch this. Every connection. Let's get good. Let's get down a little bit. Last few minutes, let's get down. Every connection you make, this going to help you. They feed you. Just hold on to it for a while. If you are in a connection, whatever connection you are in, connections are designed to feed you. There are just some things. See, everything that God does to you, listen to what I'm about to say. He does it through connections. Even if it's for a moment, even if it's for a minute, everything God going to do for you, whether it's connecting to you through a bird, whether it's connecting to you through a donkey, oh Jesus, whether it's connecting to you through a rooster, whether it's connecting to you through a prostitute, whether it's connecting to you with a woman that's been married 5 times, whether it's connecting to you in the graveyard, he'll find a way. If he have to light a bush, felt that thing, he wants to connect with you. And when God get ready to you, he'll find any vessel to connect. But connections are designed to feed you. Okay. I hope you got that tonight. Now, I got some time. Any connection you got you into, whether it be marriage, business, friendship, every connection, that connection is what feeds you. Watch this. Any connection that is from God has the heart of God. Jeremiah 3:15. Any connections from God has to have the heart of God. Any connection that comes into your life from God has God's heart. All right? Jeremiah 23:4 tells us that connections are threefold. Connections are threefold. Yes, sir. It's good. Jeremiah 23:4 says connections are threefold. Right? 23:4 says, I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them. You see that? The connection between you and your shepherd, you and your leading, is a feeding connection. Your leading connection is your feeding connection. Oh my God. Whoever is leading you is feeding you. All right? You might be in a church and your pastor not your leader. Oh, what did he say? You might be in the church, but your pastor not your leader. Maybe that's why you don't get the results of the house. Because after he speaks, you listen to somebody else. Your leading is feeding you. Okay, watch this. He shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking. Now watch this. I'm going to show you right there that God is saying wherever there's a connection, the connection is, number one, it's purposeful. Every connection you make is purposeful. Every connection that you make is purposeful. If the connection is not going to be purposeful, you don't even need to make it. Don't make any connection. It has to have a purpose. What you want to connect with me for? I don't know. I just like it. Go on somewhere with that. Go on now. I ain't got time to try to figure out, because it's something you're supposed to be feeding me. No, I don't just feed. It's something. If they coming to you and don't have the ability to feed you, you ought to be glad they're gone. You ought to be glad they left. Now watch this. All right. They're purposeful. Not only are they purposeful, connections are pleasurable. Now don't y'all come here with that. Whichever one you're in. Every connection has some pleasure. Come on now. Some of your connection, I like this connection because it's pleasurable. Watch this. It's pleasure. In other words, it's pleasure there. Hey, it's no dismay. See, he says, once you make them, they're going to be personal, they'll be featured. And then it says, there shall be no fear no more. Well, I'm going to dismay for it. There should be no dismay. That word dismay means stress. It's pleasurable. No stress, no fear. You see? Yeah. Ain't no fear and no stress in a purposeful connection. This good right here. You ain't got no business being stressed out about scared of the connection. They shouldn't have you in. If you're in a connection that you fearful, that ain't God. Fearful where you're going, fearful who you talk to, fearful can't laugh, can't be you. Because that type of connection is stopping you from being you. That's why it's not pleasurable or peaceful. because it's stifling what God made you to be. Oh my God. See, if it's feeding you not to be like nobody else. Oh my God, this is good right here. If the connection is feeding you, its purpose not to feed you to be like somebody else, it's to become more what God made you to be. It's feeding you. And it's feeding you to be personal. But while it's feeding you, ain't no fear there. And ain't no stress. You can't be fed if you're scared to eat. How you going to be scared of your feeder? Shepherds get a relationship because it's purposeful. So they can come up to him. You don't want no scared dog and fearful dog because he's going to be just trying to bite everybody. I'm like, calm down. You have a purpose to protect me, but we got pleasurable until it's time. Don't bite everybody. We only need a bite when somebody walk up and they want to be biting everybody. Have some pleasure. Run around, throw frisbee. See, relationship got to be pleasurable. The same dog, frisbee, just flipping, same little dog. But then when the enemy would attack, you see? Now, you see? He knows how to do that. But the connection got to be purposeful, and it's got to be pleasurable. You crazy to date somebody you scared of, scared. I'm scared to make them mad. If I make them mad, they ain't going to talk to me no more. Man, please, you going to be in something like that? Okay. I mean, serious. I'm scared to put this much makeup on. She might walk. What? I don't need to do that. I just need to do everything he need me to do. I don't know. See, that's too much stress to try to be something for somebody else. Free yourself. Ain't no fear and no dismay. I got time. Ooh, I got good time. I'm on time. Whew. Ain't no, So every connection is. Watch this. It's purposeful. At a herd is purposeful. At a ford is purposeful. Oh, you're purposeful. Cal, you're purposeful. People don't miss people who don't have purpose. Did you hear what I said? People don't miss people who had no purpose. They didn't come today. Okay. You see? That's why some people in your life you don't miss. They didn't have purpose. But let them have purpose. You be like, oh my God, I wish I miss her. I miss him. They had purpose. That's why it's so, okay, we'll leave that alone. So, see, he says, if I set the relationship up, it's going to have purpose and it's going to be pleasurable. Ain't going to be no fear in this man. Watch this. And finally, it's going to be profitable. I said all this, son, I just said it real fast. Every connection, listen, every connection you get into supposed to profit. Now let's think about that for a while. I want to know how long have you been in your connection and what have you profited? But don't answer. We're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go. Because every connection there is a profit. Every connection there's a profit. You being connected with your pastor, there's a profit from that. What's the profit right here? You'll never be in lack. Not in good connection. That somebody connected you ought to have some money sometime. Oh my God. My numbers. I'm going to say something good to get it back up. Let me say something good. Let me see. I can't lie. Every connection you make, somebody ought to have what you need somewhere. If nobody have it that you connected to, I would like to suggest to you to rename or regroup your connection, redefine them. Why are we together? We're not together because if it's not profitable, I know it ain't pleasurable. Because it's a pleasure to profit. Come on. Y'all all be shaming yourself. It was a pleasure for us to profit last night. Come come on now. Come on. Come on now. If you are in a connection, a connection that don't profit stress you out. It stress you out because it ain't no it's stress. It ain't no pleasure here. Because after pleasure come profit. I won't lack nothing. My connection, if it's a marriage connection, that connection got what you got. It's flowing. Oh God, we don't got into that. Let me stay away, please. It's gonna be some profit in that. Come on now. In this connection, we're gonna profit. We're not gonna be in lack. We're not. We got everything we need. We are not going to have to go outside of this connection to find what we need. When God sends you connection, it's exactly what you need, and he shall give you the desires. Only God knows your heart. You don't make a selection for the church. You make it from your heart. Did I say that? It's live. You know, you mess up when you try to put the heart in the hands of man. Then they start giving you what they want or what they think you should have. You put your life in the hands of God, and he's going to give you purposeful, pleasurable, profitable things. All right, let me say this and I'll leave y'all alone. If your relationship broke all the time, you ain't feel like making no love, bro. And I'm in the life and they get cut off. And I'm like, man, listen. Got foreclosure notes and stuff all messed up. Let's make love tonight. Not tonight. It's not pleasurable. It's stressing me out. I'm in fear. You talking about? Send me some red to let me know. Give me 10 more minutes. I got 10 more minutes. Send me some red. Let me know you're getting something. Now watch this. Oh, Lord, have mercy. I done messed up. You think they're going to come back on? They'll come back. Now, watch this. You ready for this? Buckle your seat because I'm finna say some stuff. You are not ready for a connection until you are ready to give that connection your everything. Forget it. You're not ready to connect if you're not willing to give your all. Because connect means commit. Whatever is connected is committed. And you are not ready for any connection until you make that first one the priority, which is to give God your everything. Now you're ready, and your neighbor. It hinges on that. You ain't ready for the neighbor until you give your all to God. Your neighbor going to get on your nerve. And I ain't talking about the one next to you. It's your connection. Your connection going to get on your nerve if Christ is not first. Because Christ going to see you how to see your neighbor through his perception and not yours. I'm just trying to tell you what I should know and should have known then. That's all. Now, get this before we get on. Make sure you put a circle around this right here. You're going to put a circle around this. You need to highlight this right here. Connections, don't get the word wrong either. Connection requires intimacy. Now, I'm not talking about when we hear intimate, first thing y'all think about is sharing your love between the sheets. That ain't what I'm talking about. So you messing with the wrong one then. All right, the connection in the sheets. No. Intimacy means being into me. See, when you're intimate with God, God is into you. Boy, this thing right here, I can feel them out there back and all. See, intimacy means I'm into you. I'm into you in everything, body, mind, and soul. I'm into you. See, you didn't have no intimacy relationship if they didn't have all of you. You'll know if they had all of you, because it take a while to get it out of you. Oh my, I leave that. All right, so intimacy. See, hear that. Being into me. Watch this. You cannot be into me without first being into God. Because I'm into God. And everything that gets to me has to come through God. See? Oh my God. You see? So you got to be, most of you want them to be into you first. That's where you mess up. Because if they into you, they're going to get tired of you. Be into God, and God will tell them how to handle you when they do get tired. Intimacy is a closeness that you can see in that person. Only you see that. That's connection. Nobody can see that but the one that's into you. Oh my God. See, every listen, everyone is not meant to see all of you. The heart is a very passionate place. Be careful when you hear somebody. See, we just used to, we just used to slang our heart anytime we felt an emotion. Just slang it. And that thing hurts when somebody break it. All right, okay. That passionate place, it's designed, care for only things that love God and people. Your heart is designed for God and people. But God first. You got a problem with people, check your level of love for God. All right. Christ want to come into you. But you must open up all here. Now, here's what I'm about to say. Listen, don't confuse service with intimacy. Some folk serve God, but they're not into God. Oh, God, have mercy. See why God do me. See, service is involvement. But worship is intimacy. Here's your problem. Watch this. You got to watch this. Some people just want to be involved with you, but they're not into you. Okay. That's where you're wasting your time. Because you messing with somebody or a connection that just want involvement, but no, they're not into you. They don't want commitment. They just want involvement. Satisfy something at this moment, but I don't want to commit to you. Oh, God, have mercy. And it breaks your heart because you mixed up involvement with intimacy. You thought that because people was involved with you and liked you and gave you a little bit of whatever they gave you. You thought that because that was being into you, they wasn't into you. You was into them. And they could drop you anytime they get ready because they're not involved. I'll stop. That's enough. I stop. Now you got to start this. If you want your connection to get better, stop looking for folks to be involved with you. Stop that. Because there's only very few who are going to be really to be able to handle you, to be into you. When they are into you, they have purpose. And when you fall off the rock, they stay with you because you had purpose. I didn't get with you because you messed up one time. I ain't walking away because I know you got purpose. And when you know a person got purpose, they can look raggedy and toe up. But you say, I'm going to hang right here because he's going to get better. Because I'm into it. Ooh, it's hard to find folks that's really, you got a lot involved. People want to be involved, but they don't want to be into you. People that's into you know it's more to you than involvement. Oh, Jesus. Ain't this good? Ooh, I ain't got but 3 minutes. Stop settling for involvement. Start looking for intimate. What's this? Psalm 27:4 says, when you're intimate with God, he becomes your first prioritized desire. David says it like this: one thing I desire. First of all, this one thing that I desire more than you. See, that's how you got to get connected. The reason I'm here not because of you. I'm in this connection because of the one thing I desire. Whoo, Jesus. And that will I seek God. You look, don't never let nobody in the connection think they're higher than God. Because if they think they're higher than God, they can control you how you go to God. Whatever controls you determines how you go and how you come. And if you get the wrong one that don't know God, they won't know why you're going. They won't know why you're coming. They won't know why you're going into a fast. And they won't know why you're coming out of prayer. They'll be questioning you because they don't know God. They only know involvement. But you have tapped into God. I don't want to dwell. The one thing that I would dwell, I don't want no visitation. I want no dwellment. I dwell with him. And if you're going to have me, you're going to always have him around you. If you're going to have me, you're going to always have him around you. Because I'm not just involved, I am intimate with God. Involved folks do stuff for you that they didn't even know your heart didn't want if you were into me. And here go two sisters inside of a house as I close. One by the name of Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus. The other by Martha is troubled. She's involved in the house, but she's not intimate in the house. Doesn't that sound like church? That on Sunday you get a lot of people to come and there's a lot of involvement. But the things that the church need, only a few, the intimate does it. So a lot of people are involved in the house, but they are not intimate. That's one of the reasons the pandemic happened, to get all the folks who were just involved. Things move faster when you get folks out the way that's not on the same frequency. How can two walk together unless they're both agreement or into what they're trying to do? Passionate about it. They're not just involved. Do you hear how this boy talking tonight? See? Mary sits there at the feet of Jesus, intimate. I don't know if he's hungry or not. I mean, we know he's going to eat. But sit at his feet before you try to start involvement. Don't try to start a ministry till you've been intimate first. If you start one, involvement going to look like growth. Oh, Jesus. Because all this running around, and it looks like growth. There's a lot of involvement. But there's no intimacy because you don't love the one that's trying to get to God. There's no intimacy. It don't take long to get to God when you're intimate. Intimate folks love each other. They think about each other. They love each other. They love being around each other. But involved folks, if they ain't got that one, they'll find somebody else to just replace you. No problem, because they wasn't into it. Mary was there into Jesus. Oh, I'm just talking to him. I don't know what they were saying. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. But Mary was into him. Sitting at his feet. I don't know if she was rubbing him or not. I don't know. But she was sitting there. Possibly could have. But I do know this. She was learning his heart. Now watch this now. Check this out. And then the involvement making noise. You ain't going to tell her to come help me. You ain't going to tell all the involvement. You ain't going to tell what? You ain't going to help. We ain't going to have no choir meeting. We ain't going to all that involvement. And then Jesus says, Martha, y'all trouble about a lot. No, Mary has chose the good part. The intimacy. Before you do the involvement, she chose. I choose to connect with him first before I get involved with anything. Oh, Jesus, I choose to connect with him. It's going to save you. Hey, before you get involved, make sure it's intimacy with God and you first. I'm getting ready to go now, son. Come on, I'm tired. I just feel this thing. There's a heaviness. Somebody getting delivered out there. No. It's not involvement first. It's intimacy. Vital necessity to spend time with God. We're getting ready to go now, right where you are. Lift your hands right where you are. and be intimate with God. I'm finished. This is so good. This is so good. Welcome. Get intimate. We're going into this place. Get him back in there. Every compartment. Welcome into this broken vessel. That is. You desire. We going home. I'm in good time. To abide. Let him come in the praises of your people. The heart is open when the hands are lifted. My heart is open, so I lift my hands, giving back to you my heart, giving back to you my heart. That is, giving back to you my heart, giving back to you my heart. You can have all of my heart. Give it all you, my heart. Yeah. So I lift my hands. Have your way, Lord. Thank you for tonight. God, you put me in check again. Put me in check again. Those of you that can place a hand on your heart, which represents your spirit, I want you to put your hand there and say, here I am, God. Work on me. I've been dealing with involvement, but now I want intimacy with you first. One thing I desire. I want a relationship. I want my connections to be purposeful. Let it be purposeful. Pleasurable. And God should definitely let a profit. I don't want to deal with nothing that is not profiting. And I give your name the praise. And I say thank you. It's so. Will you do me a favor and type in God has my heart. God has my heart. All right. God has my heart. Greater family, we love you. Watch how God blesses you. We're right here every Sunday. You know that. We have limited capacity, but we're also expanding the capacity. Did you hear what I just said? We do have limited, but we're making room so to be more safer. We're expanding, so you'll see a little more room in here this Sunday. And I want you to pray for us. That's why I need y'all to keep sowing, because as you sow seeds into the harvest, and as you sow those seeds, you're helping us to do better so we can minister. Okay, I ask you to sow, not for me, but sow seeds so people can be blessed. Be blessed. I want you to be blessed. You will have purpose in your connection. You will be pleasurable in them, and definitely will prosper. Love you, Grady. We're family. Y'all be blessed.